Thanks so much for joining us here at noon. I'm Brooke Hash, joined by meteorologist Sam Gabrielli on yet another hot and potentially record-breaking day. Sam.
Yeah, it's going to be another scorcher of a day. Yesterday, 102 degrees. Brooke, we're going to go with 99 today. And I know as you walked in the studio, you said, why not 102 today? Well, I just don't think we're going to quite get there 2 days in a row. We'll see what Mother Nature has in store for us, though. 90 in the city right now, so we have 9 more degrees to warm up to around 4 or 5 p.m. today to be clipping 99 in Louisville, 87 in Jasper, and 90 as well off towards Carroll County. Now, compare that to what it feels like outside. We're already cruising into the mid-90s, once again to even upper 90s. Today is day 7 in a row of 90-degree temperatures in Kentuckiana. We need some relief from the heat. We're going to be getting it as soon as tomorrow, but this is the hourly planner today. If you're going to be booking some plans throughout the course of the afternoon, just keep in mind, stay hydrated. It's going to be a hot day today. 99 degrees, of course, at 4 p.m. We do have some rounds of clouds to the west of us. That's the next storm system that is going to be bringing in a storm chance tomorrow. As the severe weather risk is going to be very low tomorrow, which is good news. But we're mainly keen in on this afternoon and tomorrow afternoon for a brief shower and storm. Locally heavy rainfall during Saturday afternoon is looking to be that primary threat. So in a few more minutes, I'm actually going to be timing out Saturday's activity, and I'll let you know who has the best chance of seeing the heaviest pockets of rainfall with Saturday's activity. That full forecast in a few more minutes, Brooke.
A mother is in jail accused of neglecting her 3 girls who've been living outside for months. Police arrested Betty Snyder after JCPS staff members found 2 children living outside her house on Home Park Drive. They were 10 and 11 and had not come to school that day. Administrators found the 2 girls dirty, hungry, and with visible injuries. And while there at the house, their 16-year-old sister arrived home from school and told them their mother had not been at the home and the living conditions inside were filthy. All 3 were taken to Norton Children's for treatment. Today, Snyder pleaded with the judge to allow her to go home so she could move her things into a new one.
I have a home I can do right. I don't want to lose it if I don't get out and pay it.
We're talking about the home that is unlivable. That's the home.
I had 2. That's where we was moving.
Police said Snyder admitted to knowing about the inhumane conditions her kids were living in. She faces 3 counts of wanton endangerment, abandonment of a minor, and endangering the welfare of a minor. She's being held on a $50,000 bond and back in court on September 9th. Now to an investigation of a broken system meant to protect children from harm. The heartbreaking stories behind 2 child fatalities. Both kids were known to the Cabinet of Health and Family Services. Could they have been protected? Our Shane McAllister and chief photojournalist Philip Merle went searching for answers.
That's all her.
Flipping through the pages of a binder she keeps close.
She looks just like her daddy.
Melody Roller recorded everything.
All the little articles.
The conversations she had.
When I called the medical examiner's office all the time, every 2 weeks.
The decisions she made.
That's when I was planning the funeral and songs.
These aren't the kind of memories you look back on fondly.
Yeah, this is the nightmare.
Her granddaughter is Serenity McKinney, a 3-year-old from Shelbyville killed at the hands of her caretakers, her mother, Catherine McKinney, and her boyfriend, Dakota Hill. Both are now in prison serving time for her death.
Do you think that CPS could have done something to prevent Serenity's death?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Serenity's case is spelled out in more than 100 documents, including multiple reports of physical abuse. In one case, a family member noticed dried blood on Serenity. When she asked the little girl what happened, Serenity told her. Dakota grabbed her by the ankles and slung her around before dropping her on the floor. According to the case file, Dakota had a documented violent history, which included choking and killing animals. A social worker responded to that complaint, made contact with Catherine and Dakota, but not Serenity, and closed the case.
I have a lot of guilt. I put a lot of weight on my shoulders because I should have known. I should have been there.
Another complaint was called in just 1 month later. That person said they have not seen Serenity and have not been able to talk to her on the phone. A social worker labeled that as does not meet CPS acceptance criteria and took no further action. We now know Serenity was likely already dead.
I was furious. Because if CPS would had made sure that they made contact, regardless of the time frame, because you don't know about the time frame until after the fact. We would have known sooner.
It would be another 6 months before police were alerted to the situation.
Yeah. And the only reason why they got involved is because we filed a missing persons on Serenity. So then now you know the rest of the story.
The rest of the story is difficult to digest. During a jailhouse interview, Catherine described the murder of her own daughter. She told a caseworker Dakota was mad at the 3-year-old and punched her in the stomach. She said Serenity started making noises she called the death rattle. Catherine said Dakota put her little body in a plastic bag in a suitcase. They dumped that suitcase in a rural area where they smoked weed. Police called Dakota and Catherine stone-cold killers.
I'm trying to learn how to forgive, something that is pretty much for a human hard to forgive.
Melody says she avoids the details of Serenity's death and tries to focus on a way forward. For much of the last few years, that's been a focus on forgiveness. And then June of this year,
It was like flashbacks.
another child's death got her attention.
What about that case struck you? Why did you reach out?
Just because of all types of little details that I was learning. The drugs and the CPS was the two things that were similar, because in Serenity's case, CPS was called. They went and knocked on the door. They never saw Serenity.
70 miles from the site where Serenity's body was found, another makeshift memorial marks another child fatality.
Well, in this baby's case, CPS was involved and they never followed up.
8-month-old Maya Rudd, missing for months, then discovered dead under a pile of debris.
No baby deserves this. No baby deserves this.
Trooper Corey King with Kentucky State Police described the police investigation, one that started by happenstance.
This is one of those cases that started out as a drug investigation for us as an agency, but turned into so much more.
A drug operation traced back to this house and the people who lived inside. As detectives dug deeper, a piece of information concerned them. An infant was supposedly living here.
No one has seen this baby. So we launched that investigation, put the drug on hold, and located the parents within days at a hotel in Owensboro, where not only we found both mother and father, but also the grandfather in a room full of drugs, but yet no baby. And that concerned us.
Further conversations revealed the family was already on CPS radar.
Previous children had been removed from this house due to the inability for the caretakers, but also the drugs that are involved.
And police say baby Maya was also known to the cabinet. In fact, an alarming test result raised red flags just days after she was born.
Social services learned that the umbilical cord tested positive for methamphetamine about a week after her birth. And it was my understanding that social services at that point were working to remove this child and could not locate not only the child, but the family as well.
State police couldn't tell us what that effort looked like, only confirming the cabinet never called them for help. The cabinet wouldn't answer our questions about how or if they tried to find the baby, citing a pending investigation. What we do know was that it was police who escalated the search, eventually making a grim discovery, one some say could have been avoided.
You can't get any more innocent than an 8-month-old. You can't get more innocent than a 3-year-old. I hope that the ones that fail these babies are held accountable.
Accountability could start in the state auditor's office, which is overseen by Allison Ball. She said she is aware of the cases and what she called red flags, but right now those investigations are not happening. The reason why and what's at stake coming up in our next half hour. Well, today students received one of the most important lessons at Auburndale Elementary, how to call 911 in an emergency. Metro Safe staff shared what's most important to share to a call taker is not exactly what's happening, but where. They said every kid should memorize their address, knowing in a stressful situation it can be hard to gather vital information. Well, JCPS is also making some changes to its gas stipend program. The district now says it's rolling out the program for only a limited amount of schools to start. Right now, eligible parents at Butler, Carter Elementary, Foster Traditional, Newburgh Middle, and Valley High can sign up for the transportation stipends. JCPS said this pilot program will allow them to make necessary adjustments before rolling it out to all eligible families. The program gives $5 a day to most who lost bus service this year. There's also a hotline parents can call to get help with the process. That number there is on your screen. It's 502-305-4142.